All right, time to get this stream started. Get the volume turned up, get the game turned on. It's very dark. Oh yeah, now I remember. A thing happened. Um so what happened was I fell asleep after the end of the last live stream and didn't realize I left the game running. And so thankfully I left it on speed 1, which means that when I woke up 8 or 10 hours later, whatever it might have been, it had only advanced whatever, I guess 8 or 10 hours. I guess it was probably about 10 hours. Well, I say 10 hours. I didn't sleep 10 hours, but by the time I got back to my computer and realized it was still running, it had been 10 hours. So it is 22:04. It is dark. It is night. It's not going to be great because we still actually have stuff to do on the fields. We got less than 2 hours to get some things done on the fields after my mishap. So I'm going to do the best I can. It's going to be a little bit dark here. It's probably a little easier for you guys to see than me because I got lights shining in my eyes, but that is that. But before I get started, I just want to say welcome to the live stream or the VOD after the fact. I appreciate it. And yeah, let's get things started and see if we can get back on track before the end of the day. I believe what we had to do was we have to mow because it is October and it is mowing time. So unfortunately, what this does mean, I'm 100% going to have to use the workers to mow because I can't see a single thing, even with the lights on. There's no way I'm going to be able to see hardly anything. So workers going to be mowing. I'll just be sitting here twiddling my thumbs and woeing the fact that I apparently left the game running, like I said. So it is what it is. Life goes on, and we will we'll recover from this, get everything mowed off and harvested or baled up, I should say, and we'll go from there. Hopefully we can get all this done within the next hour or so. Should be able to. Which is going to be, unfortunately, it means going to be an hour of darkness, but it is what it is. Other than the mowing, what else we got to do? Obviously we got a windrow, so we can grab the other tractor for that. Yeah, you can go ahead and just load up whatever eggs are there. We can go grab the windrower. Turn on a few more lights. This one's got at least a little bit better lighting than that other one does, so it's a little easier to see around the perimeter of this one, which is good. Where is our windrower? There it is, right there. Just about to pass it. And then we'll get everything baled up. And did we have to do anything on the fields this week? Or today, I mean? Let's see. Fields, no. We got everything harvested off the fields, right? We're good there. We are good. Harvest off the fields. Chickens might need to be fed real quick. Oh, no, they actually got plenty of food. What about the water? Water looks like it's okay for now. Flour is completely full at the moment. But we have no more sorghum left anyway, so we'll go ahead and turn off the sorghum. And that'll be fine for now. Technically, there's one little... We could actually load up some more if we needed to, but it's not going to be that big a deal. Cool. All right, we got a lot of good flour ready to sell, and the selling point for flour is going to be... Oh, that's right. I ended the last live stream trying to decide between selling the flour or going ahead and buying the dairy somehow. Finding some way to buy the dairy. Don't know if it's still possible to buy the dairy, but we might hold on to this flour a little bit longer. If we did just choose to sell it, what is the sell point? Or sell time, I should say. Sell time would be December. So we actually is only a couple months away. So in December, we'll have to make a decision. We're selling eggs in November, right? Isn't that? Yeah, the eggs are going to be selling very soon. So it's possible when we sell the eggs. Technically, the eggs could sell right now. They're actually at a pretty reasonable price. Actually, we might want to go ahead and just sell the eggs real quick. That is probably worth doing. Turned you off accidentally. Let's grab all the eggs. Go get those sold off because that's actually a pretty reasonable price. I can't imagine it's going to be any higher in the month of November than that 1,400 plus that it currently is sitting at. So we're going to get this egg sold off. See where that puts us money wise. And see if we have enough for the bakery, because if we do, that'd be awesome. Let's go ahead and make sure we're grabbing everything. We'll grab that little bit there. I mean, if we have to sell a little bit of silage early, just to get the bakery, that's probably worth it. All right, let's get you driven over, and that's going to be good. Hey, how's it going, Alameo? I appreciate you joining. Almost 30,000 liters of eggs. Or 30,000 units of eggs. I don't know if it's actual liters. I doubt it's liters. 30,000, I guess probably actually just 30,000 eggs. It's probably what it is, right? Would that be how many we have here? 30,000 actual individual eggs? Maybe. At about 1,400 a pop, plus the little bit extra, that's going to give us about 45,000 bucks from all this, which is going to be pretty solid. The bakery's 50 grand, so I think this would put us over enough. And since we don't have any sort of debts or leases or anything like that, we can go to zero. So 45,000 bucks. If it is 50, I think it is 50, then that would be exactly how much we need. Well, I say exactly, a little bit more, but we would be perfectly fine with going over. The only expense we have is the occasional processing fee for our factories and things like that. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm just used to going to the cow place. I want to keep going around the road. Nothing to see here. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you do like this, I mean, I would appreciate the hitting of the like button and all the other good stuff that helps the algorithms. Very much so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, if you don't like it, I guess you can hit the dislike button. I mean, most people may not know this, but actually dislikes are good for the algorithm, believe it or not. People who watch and do nothing at all mean nothing to the algorithm, basically, other than the view itself, right? But if you dislike somebody's video, you're actually helping them slightly more on the algorithm than just doing nothing. And then if you obviously like them, that's even better. So if you ever dislike somebody's video, you're actually helping them more than hurting them. Believe it or not. Hey, 47,000 bucks. Almost. Just a little bit shy of 47,000 bucks. That's pretty good, though. So we're at 60 grand. Let's go see if we can get us a bakery, because we got plenty of flour to start turning into bread. And that obviously will give us a little bit more profit off of our grain than just selling the flour by itself. This trailer dropped off. The mowing should be pretty close to being done. We can go ahead and get this guy windrowing while we're figuring out the placement of our bakery. I mean, I would do it in the daylight and wait till next month, but I do want to go ahead and start getting some processing cycles on it. So we'll figure it out in the dark. I mean, I could buy the bakery out on the road, I suppose. But I kind of like the idea of having the bakery here, doing our own thing. Our mower is actually just finished. Nice. All right, let's park the trailer for a second. Let me get the windrowing started. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the windrowing started, but I think I'm going to pick up the trailer again because I think I know where I want to put the bakery. I think I want to put the bakery over here, kind of by the slide and everything like that, where the house normally would be. I think that's where I want to put the bakery. I think that'll be a pretty decent spot. Put it kind of out near the road. That way people that come visit us and want our bread can can't get it from the road. So let me get you to go grab the trailer real quick. I don't think we sell the slide, can we? I don't remember if you can or not. I'll check here in a second. All right, let's get you dropped off. Let's get the trailer, pick all that stuff up. I mean, I could put it here where the flower's sitting, which is where I did it the first time we did this attempt, basically. But trying to change things up a little bit. And by change things up a little bit, move it 50 yards northwest. Realize that's not much of a change. Well, that grass pile is very high. It's gonna definitely be interesting to see if we can pick all that up properly. All right, good stuff. That out of the way. Let's see if we can make room for the bakery. I go with the other, like the European style bakery, just again, something a little different. I feel like the bakery that's on this map, which is the one I used last time, is very industrial looking. It's like more of a bakery that you would use for like, you know, making bread for, you know, the fast food restaurant, things like that. Whereas the other one feels a little bit more, I don't know, just kind of, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Kind of almost like a designer bakery. like that's where you're going to go get your like really nice cake made or something like that. So we're going to go for production. We're going to go for the bakery here. 50 grand. Can we fit it over here? Well, I was going to check to see if I can sell this thing real quick. Don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. I can. All right. Well, let's get rid of that because that might get in the way of some stuff. So there we go. Got nothing for it. Like I could have gotten something for it. I'm just saying. Okay. Bakery. Bakery. Let's go. I got turned around. I was like, wait a minute. Over here. And it almost looks like a little house too. I can just say I sleep upstairs in the bakery. That's how it works. Is there any other outputs on the other side? No, I mean, there's the, is that the front of the store technically? I think that's technically the front of the store. But I think I'm still, I don't know that I want to try to drive back there and pick stuff up. So I think I'll flip it around. We'll just call this the front of the store and it'll be good enough. Because I really don't think driving around the back there is going to be quite what we're looking for. A little hard to see, but we're going to tuck it in here. I don't know. Looks about as good as it's going to get. Did mess up the land a little bit, as we'd expect. Smooth that out a little bit here. Hopefully get pretty decent. I don't want to smooth it too much. I just want to make sure it's smooth enough that I can just drive up that without too much of a concern. Around the back, it doesn't matter if it's too much of a hill, but just right here, as we're driving up this, I don't want it to be too much of a steep hill. All right, that looks pretty good. So we got this little bakery. Again, we can use that as our house as well. We can sleep upstairs in the bakery if we need to. Whoa, wait. Morgan's Bakery. Who's Morgan? That's confusing. I mean, this does look like a back door, sort of, but we'll make it work. And it does look like a house in there. So, you know, maybe the other side is more bakery looking. Let's see. Is there more bakery looking stuff? There's a kitchen. Yeah, there's the bakery storefront and everything. We'll just let it slide. We'll just, I mean, I'm sure if we actually built this house, we could make it flip around if we needed to. It's just I didn't want the inputs to be on the wrong side, and that's the most important part. Cool. All right, well, that's done. Then we can go straight to the flour mill, and it's already set to distributing. So I would imagine here in the next little few ticks, it should distribute to our beautiful little bakery here. Let me go ahead and turn on the bread. Wrong button. That's not what I want. I want to go to the bread. So bread is 2 to 1. That's what I thought. 2 to 1. So let me just check the prices real quick. So flour sells for 600 basically, right? Almost, let's say 700 with the bonus and everything else. We can get flour to sell for 700. Bread sells for, yeah, almost 1800. So it is not about 2.5 times. Well, once you factor in the 2 to 1, it's just a little bit extra profit, but it is more profit to sell the bread than it is to sell the flour. So that's good. So let's go ahead and turn on the bread, which again should just need the flour. So all we need now, I mean, we've got everything we need for the cakes as far as, like, we got the bakery down. We just got to get all the components now, right? We got eggs, we got strawberries, we got flour. You know, we can make us a nice something, strawberry pie probably at this point, but we still need butter, milk, and sugar. So we're halfway there, but we got the easy half. We still got the tough half to go. All right. Let me get all this stuff dropped off somewhere. We may have to drop off some flour manually just so it can kind of trigger that it's happening. But I'm happy to finally have the bakery down. That's a good step in the right direction for us. Will this unload automatically for me? Yes, it will. Good. All right, that's enough for now. I'll get the rest of it later. I just wanted to make sure I had enough to get started. Let's get started on the baling though, because that's very important to get done before. And once we get the baling done, we can fast forward to morning, so we can actually see what we're doing here. Hey, Ramkoda, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. These are some very tall piles. Oh, goodness. Been watching some people, some other YouTubers on their farming simulator videos, just trying to see what they do different that's better than what I do. And one of the things that other YouTubers do different is they lie a lot. And that sounds harsh to say, but I'm all the time finding videos where it's like, I'm going to make $1 billion in 5 years on Farming Simulator. 6 years in, I've got $20,000. So obviously the first episode was a complete and utter lie. Yet somehow they're still very popular and they make it a lot of views. So it's like, I guess if my decisions are I can be deceptive and get lots of views, or I could just be honest and accept the views that I get, I think I'd rather be honest, quite frankly. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is frustrating to see that people can be successful off of dishonesty, but it is what it is. That's just the way advertising and, misleading, and that's the reason why they call it whatever it's called, clickbait, right? I mean, it's a little bit of dishonesty just to get people to watch, and then it doesn't matter if you ever actually come through on your promise. It doesn't matter at that point, unfortunately. It's sad, but it is just the way it works. I mean, I can make me a video that says I can make $1 trillion in 1 month on Farming Simulator. I guarantee I get some views because people will be curious what I'm talking about. It just wouldn't be true. Mm. Sad thing is some of those YouTubers actually aren't, I mean, I've watched their content and like they're speaking and kind of the way they're doing stuff. It's actually not bad. It's like, to me, it's like, you didn't need to lie to get views. Like, you probably could have gotten views just fine without, I mean, yes, they would not have gotten as many views, but to me, they were perfectly fine YouTubers. Like, they did, their content was okay otherwise. If they just left off the little bit of deception, then, you know, I personally would have enjoyed it more for sure. It is what it is. I mean, there's some guys that do the same thing for Civilization. I win a victory in 10 turns. And it's like, really? Did you really? They're like, hack, cheat. All right, fine. Okay. I guess you kind of won it, but did you really win it? No, I don't think so. I guess the only good thing about that, it's the same thing as if, let's say you own a restaurant, right? Or like a fast food restaurant. Let's say, you know, you're trying to compete with, I don't know, McDonald's or something like that. And you say, hey, I can guarantee you'll get your food in 5 seconds every single time you order it. 5 seconds guarantee. It's okay if you don't ever hit that guarantee because you're going to get people in the door to begin with. But eventually people are going to wise up and be like, wait a minute, that's not the truth. And so, yeah, you might get a lot of upfront people showing up that are like interested to see if you can actually beat the 5 second guarantee or whatever ridiculous claim you've made. But over time, the quality of your visitors and the, you know, is just not going to be very good, right? They're going to wise up. They're going to be like, oh, okay, this guy just never tells the truth, you know, so we're not going to stick around for very long. So yeah, doing clickbait type videos does get you a lot of views really quick in a hurry. But I would imagine that the quality of the subscriber and the people that stick around is pretty low. Hey, Ronquote, I'm doing pretty good. I think today's a holiday or something. Something. I don't know. Some sort of holiday in the United States. I don't know what it is. Something about hearts and pink and things like that. No, I'm kidding. It's Valentine's Day, and I'm doing the thing that I love, which is play some Farming Simulator. I think that fits, right? I think that's what Valentine's Day is all about, is go do the thing that you love to do. Something like that. Thankfully, my wife is perfectly fine with me doing this. Technically, I'm taking her out tomorrow night. We hate the crowds, so we don't ever go out on like important holidays. We always go out like a day or two later. We're like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. All right, we'll go out. We'll go out, you know, tomorrow or this weekend or something. All right, we'll get this last couple rows done. And then actually fast forward to daylight so I can see what I'm doing. I mean, the light's not bad. It's not great. Volume's a little bit low. I know people like to hear the tractor noises. Well, you also get the beep, beep, beeps. I'll give you the tractor noises and raise you some beep, beep, beep alarms. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I was looking at my work calendar. I'm like, oh, we have a holiday on Monday. It's always nice to have a surprise weekend when you like a surprise 3-day weekend that you weren't expecting. It's like, ah, there's a holiday on Monday. That's good. I like our little bakery. I think it looks good right there with the trees around it. I think it's a nice view. Even if it is the back of the bakery, it works. It counts. We should get quite a few bales. I mean, we should have quite a few bales, right? How many are we going to end up with? Like 20 something? I forget how many we usually end up with off of 3 mows. That's right. The other thing I wanted to get was a new seeder. Oof. I don't know if we're going to have money for that. That would definitely be nice, though. It just takes so long to seed what we got now. All right, almost done with this. I mean, it does save a little bit of time to only do this in one fell swoop as opposed to doing it in, 3 different rounds or something like that, even 2 rounds, but you have to stop a lot more. Oh, hey, Drexel, how's it going? Well, I'm glad you are enjoying the F1 content, the F123 content. I really like that game a lot. It's a lot of fun. Current season that we're in is going pretty good. I don't want to spoil anything in case you haven't gotten there yet, but definitely been having fun with that a lot. I don't know, it's the kind of game I could just play forever. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some people who are more into F1 and be like, it doesn't add enough each year, whatever. It's the typical sporting game where all they add is like updated rosters and things like that. There's not really a lot of, updated, mechanics and things like that. So hopefully they keep adding some stuff here and there, the developers, because I really like that game a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm trying to see if I can get one more bale out of here, but don't know. We're going to squeeze one more in here. I mean, I could chase down a bit and probably get enough to get one more, but I'm not sure how much I'm really wanting to chase. Oh, there we go. Oh, we did get one more. Good. Snuck up on me there. All right. Did our flour ever distribute? It did not. Do I need to set it distribute again? Or has it just not been an hour? Let me actually fast forward an hour, see if it'll distribute here in a second. Oh, it did. All right, there we go. So yeah, we got it all there. Perfect. All right, so flour's all distributed. That is good. And we'll be ready to fast forward now. Finally get back to daylight. Something tells me we're going to have to put some more lime down here soon. I feel like it's been a while. All right, let's do that. How much will you process in a month? Oh, not at all. Like, you will process barely. We have way more flour than we're ever going to need. We're going to be selling flour just raw at some point, I think. So that is good to know. I think we've done everything. We checked the water. We checked the chickens. Nothing to do in the grass field, or the crop fields, I should say. Already took care of the grass. Let's go. Good stuff. Thanks for the follow, Drexel. Appreciate it. Hey, Christine. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's go pick up all of the bales. Get those off the field. I think we can go and fertilize too, can't we? I'll be streaming for another 2.5 hours tonight. So I'll be until 10 o'clock my time. One of these days I need to figure out if I can do these streams earlier, because I know it's very, very late for people, but it's just it's a very convenient time for me. But I'll have to figure out if that's something worth doing at some point. All right, sounds good, Christine. Thank you. I mean, we're definitely in a good place to be making some pretty good money each year, right? We're between the eggs, the silage, and now the bread. I mean, I would not surprise me if we're close to 100 grand. Oh, definitely with the strawberries, right? As well. We've got to be over 100 grand a year, I should say, right? Pretty easily. I think the strawberries alone are 25 grand by themselves. The eggs we just sold for 45, so that's or about 47, whatever. We'll say 45. So the eggs add 70,000. You know, it's up to $70,000 with the strawberries. Then you add on the silage. I want to say it's about 40,000 every time we sell this, doesn't it? So it's adding up for sure. I don't think we're impossibly far away from getting whatever's next. And I haven't decided what's next. I know I keep talking about it, but I haven't decided if it's going to be cows or sugar next. There's benefits of both, and they're both about the same price when it's all said and done. I was getting a phone call for a second there. Haven't actually decided what the actual endpoint will be. I don't think it'll be right when we make our first cake. I mean, I want to make a series of cakes. Maybe after we, I don't know, make $1 million. We make enough cakes to get $1 million or something like that. which might still keep us going for a few more episodes after we get to the cake level. All right, so we got 18 plus 11, so 29. Almost 30 bales. All right, you're good. Let me go grab the eggs real quick. We might be selling some of this flour that's sitting out here soon because, again, we know we're not going to need all of it in the mill. In fact, I think we got enough there. Right? It's only 4,000 per month. No, we need 4,800 for a full year. Just a little bit more than that. So call it 50K. So around 50K would get us a full year's worth of bread or production from the bread thing. So anything above 50K would be sellable, which isn't a lot, but it's something. So we got a lot of grain left in the trailer and the silo or the harvester. Hey Joshua, how's it going? Thank you for joining. This harvester's gonna need some gasoline soon. All right, we do fertilize now, right? Yes. Oh, we actually need to do we also do need to do the lime. Let me get you to run the lime first. And then I'll bring the fertilizer up behind you. Is this seed or lime over here? Seed and seed. Okay, so we'd have to go get more lime here in a minute. All right, well, that guy make his return trip. How are we looking on the water? Water's okay. So far, so good. We can turn you off for a little bit, and we'll come back to you later. Bread is looking good. Oh, we're currently storing bread. Let's make sure we are distributing that, just so it doesn't spit it out without me being ready for it. Other than that, all's good. I mean, you look at this number, we're negative for the 5 months sitting here, but not by much. We're definitely making some good money. Selling enough products to get what we need. Yeah. Pretty happy with that. Still got that weird bug. It's just not putting lime down in that little section in the middle. I don't have an explanation for that. This is not the first time I've had grass on these fields, and it's not the first time I've limed these fields. So it's definitely unusual. Assume we're going to need to lime the sorghum fields as well, so we'll do that here in a moment. Actually, a little bit dark still. Shadows are very long. Let's get you finished. Let me grab you. Grab some more lime real quick, and then we'll come back and do the, well, let me just use what's left here before I move along. Let's get the sorghum field started at least. Get as far as we can, and then we'll fill up here in a moment. So we need about 50,000 bucks, I think. 50, 60,000 bucks, something like that, for a better seeder. Be nice if we got a used one though. That would definitely make things a lot easier. To state the obvious. All right, we'll drop that off. Let's go grab some water while we're getting the lime done. What did the eggs get up to this month? I know I sold them early, but I think I lost too much money from doing that. I mean, I might have lost 25 bucks per whatever unit it is. Because I think it was at 1440, something like that. So we actually didn't lose that much at all. I think it was a smart move to sell it early and get the bread rolling earlier. So I think that actually worked out to our benefit. We could zip through a couple years of just status quo, like the way things are right now. Then we would actually have a nice little bank of a couple $100,000. It almost justify trying to figure out what can make things quicker. What's going to make things quicker and more efficient? Because if we can increase the dollar per hour, like to a real life hour value, then this whole thing goes a little bit faster, right? When would we see what kind of crops would we, or I should say, when would we seed the crops that give us sugar? The crops that give us sugar would either be sugarcane or sugar beets. They both seed in March and April. Probably we would seed them in April so that we're seeding at the same time as we're doing our sorghum, because they're going to use a different seeder. They're going to use a different contraption, which means that we can run both machines at the same time. Both tractors, I should say. They harvest at the same time too? Yes. Yes. They both harvest in October, November. Which is fine as well, because October is when we mow. So while we're doing our mowing, we can be harvesting, or vice versa. So that's still good. More than likely, we'll buy field 51 to be our sugar field. Whatever we decide to do for sugar. Lime's actually lasting longer than I was expecting it would. How are we looking on the water? Probably need at least one more load. Good there. Yeah, one more load will get everything topped off. By then we should need to go over and fill up the lime, finish the other field, and then we can cruise along to December. Not a lot's going to happen in December, or, well, January is going to be silage selling month, so that'll be good. Did I actually look at bread? I don't remember if I looked at the sell time for bread. Bread is... oh, it's December. Along with flour. So we could also sell a few things next month. There's not going to be much bread, but we could sell what we've got just to get a little bit of money coming from that side. Just because if we can get a better seeder, that would be really, really good for us. Honestly, I'm probably going to sell all of the flour that we've got sitting out there. I think the flour we've got in the mill, the bakery is going to be enough for now. I might move that one individual flour pallet that's sitting over by the factory by itself. I might move that over to the bakery, and that's it. The entire other load, I think I will sell. All right, so we finished the lime. Let me get this dropped off. We'll go probably top off the lime and finish up the second field. All right, you're good. Let's grab you. It's just to maximize how much we're getting. We'll go ahead and finish up what we got still. I mean, this field didn't need lime that badly. It really didn't need lime at all. But I think that means it's going to use like hardly any, isn't it? Yeah, it's barely using it. It's almost not worth the run, you know, back and forth, but at least gets the reason I like to do it now is because it'll get all my fields on the same cycle. So we know that as those other ones empty up, we'll be, should be, I mean, the grass might go a little bit faster just because we technically have 3 harvests per year instead of 1, but at least the 2 sorghum fields will be on the same level. We'll let you keep running. Let me go ahead and get you filled up with gas while I'm thinking about it. Hey Josh, how's it going? It's been going good, and I'm glad I can help. If you're enjoying the game, hopefully. I think it's a pretty fun game. I mean, I do play it a lot, so hopefully it's fun. I play this game a lot. Many hundred. That's the one side effect. Like I bought this game on the Giants website for FS22 because I was going to be able to get it a couple days earlier than if I had bought it on Steam. And the one downside of doing that, I don't have a way to track how many hours I've played. Whereas on Steam, obviously, I can see how long I've played. So I have no idea how many hours I've put into this game. I'd have to go up, add up all my saves. And even that, it wouldn't include my multiplayer save, I don't think. I don't have that on there. I mean, my multiplayer save alone had several hundred hours in it, so there's been a lot of hours put into this game. Let me just park you over here. Nice patch of concrete. You're still doing all right. Let's grab you to go grab that one thing of flour. and go ahead and drop that off at the bakery. Oh yeah, it's a really good game. There's a lot of good depth for sure. A lot of different things you can do. Like there's an entire aspect of this game that I've never even touched, and that's the lumber stuff. I mean, yes, it's called Farming Simulator, but the lumber stuff, from what I understand and from what I've seen, is actually done very well in this game. Like it's a very nice aspect of this game that people do like to enjoy a lot, and I've never even touched it. So that's an entire world that I've never even touched. But I like the farming stuff. I like all the different farm stuff. So to be fair, I haven't even done the horses in FS22 yet. I did them in FS19 quite a bit. I've not even touched them in FS22. I think I've done all the other animals though. I've done cows, I've done sheep, I've done pigs. I did a whole series of pigs. I do cows all the time. I almost do cows almost every series though. Cows is like my bread and butter. I guess more butter than bread. Cows is something I do all the time. All right, there's a little bit of flour there. The rest of it will load up to go sell in December. It's not going to be worth a lot, but every little bit helps. Oh yeah, the horses are pretty cool. I mean, the horses are cool at first. I will admit, after a while, the horses can get a little bit old because you have to exercise them and do all that stuff. But I mean, my kids love the horses. That's what I did, is I got all the horses and I'm like, I let my kids take turns riding the horses around. So they got all their exercise because my kids were doing all the exercise. Like, I don't have to do any of it. Yay. It was good. I love the factories they put in this version of FS20 of Farming Simulator. These factories were a game changer for me personally. I love the their presence and the fact that they give you goals, little goals to work on along the way. All right, you're almost done. Will you be able to get to the... You might be able to get to the end. It's going to be tight. You're good to go. Where do we sell flour? We sell flour lots of places. Wow. Oh, yeah, because there's 2 bakeries now. Hopefully our bakery's not the best price because we can't sell it to our bakery. Usually the grocery store is a pretty easy place to sell it. How much bread do we have right now? Not much, right? Yeah, not much at all. Almost not worth the effort. All right, let this guy finish, and then we'll be good to get to December. And we can keep checking and dreaming about a better seeder. Someday. We're not going to quite finish this field, but I guess we can go fill up the lime because we'll have it for next time. So I guess that's probably a good idea. Let's go fill up the lime. Very happy that we got this tractor. This was a good grab. It's a nice little tractor. Much quicker than the other one. I appreciate it, Alexander. I really do. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully you're forgiving the mistakes I made along the way. Or at the very least, hopefully the mistakes I made are teaching you what not to do. Because I know I made a lot of mistakes that first run through. But I do appreciate the support. And that's what this is. This live stream is a redo of that first start from scratch. Hopefully better. I'm trying to do it better without going into massive amounts of debt or anything crazy like that. We'll see how it goes. Going for cakes again in this one. All right, there we go. So I'm 80% sure that the next live stream series after this one will be finally me attempting to do lumber in this game. We'll see how it goes. I have zero idea. I don't know anything about what equipment to get. I don't know. It is a complete blind, you know, we'll figure out as we go kind of playthrough. So if you guys, I mean, it's going to be a ways away, right? We're not even close to being done with this playthrough. But when this playthrough gets finished, if you guys want to see some lumber, I'm pretty sure that's what I will do next. Mostly because I do want to try the lumber, and I'm not doing that as an offline recording. I'm going to make you guys suffer with me as I do all the stupid stuff with the lumber equipment, because I have a feeling it's going to be comedic, pretty comedic. So we'll see how it goes. I said before, I'm going to have circus music in the background as I'm trying to manipulate the little lumber arms and all the different things that trim off the branches and all the different stuff. It may be way easier than it was when I tried it in FS19. I tried it in 19. It did not go well. Let's just put it that way. It was a clown fest. But I am interested in the lumber in this game, in this version, because I want to make I think the roller coaster is cool. I think the concept of the roller coaster is kind of out of this world, kind of cool. I mean, my understanding is that the roller coaster is like a set design. It's not like you can design the roller coaster. I could be wrong about that. I thought somebody said that before, which is fine though. I mean, it's still kind of cool. Get all the iron that you need, get all the wood. I've actually ridden a wooden roller coaster. It is it's a little scary. If you've never ridden a wooden roller coaster in your life, you might be you might live longer than me, because I think I lost a few years. It's a scary thing, to be honest, especially given the age. It was like a 50 or 60. I mean, it was an old wooden roller coaster, and it creaked and groaned and swayed and moved, and which the sway is good, right? My understanding is if it's a wooden roller coaster, if it doesn't move a little bit, that's bad, because that means it's gonna have more stress on it and it could break. So the sway and the movement is actually part of the integrity, weirdly. But it was creepy. I'll give you that. I stream every Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. However, I do 3 different games. On Mondays, I do Football Manager. On Wednesdays, I do Farming Simulator. And on Saturdays, I do Civilization 6. So a little bit of content for everybody. So if you only like the Farming Simulator content, that'll just be every Wednesdays. But I like variety. It keeps me entertained. So that's what I do. I would get bored if I only played one video game all the time. I mean, the reason I play video games is because, I mean, the reason I love video games, and I've talked about this before, it's kind of like movies and things like that, is that I can wake up on any given day and decide to be something different today. Like tomorrow I could be a fighter pilot. The next day I could be a race car driver. You know, the next day I could be a general. I mean, that's what I love about video games, is that I could be something a little different every day, whatever I feel like. It's just, that's where I get the joy. All right, cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and skip to December and hopefully sell some flour. Maybe. We'll see. We're going to sell some flour and make some dough. I mean, is that pun overused? That's probably overused at this point. Did I miss something? Let me think. Water, yes. Chickens, yes. No, we're good. I'm actually going to be playing a game coming up here. I think I'm going to be playing a game coming up here soon. My goal is, I've never played the Mud Runner or Snow Runner games. They've always interested me. And there's a new Mud Runner game. It's a little bit different. I think they're calling it Expeditions or something like that. And I think I want to try that out. It's probably going to be a Let's Play series coming up here in March, I think, or first week of March is when it releases. So if you like those types of games, and like I said, I've never played them, so it'll be a new experience for me. But I'm getting into off-roading now. I have a nice new Ford Bronco, one of the new ones. And so I'm getting into the whole off-roading mindset. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of do some of that in a video game. So that's going to be the plan coming up here in first week of March, whenever that game releases. So if that is something you are interested in, check out or keep an eye on the YouTube channel for that. But yeah, like I said, it'll be blind because I've never played any of those. Flour goes to where? Oh, I need to name my bakery because I can't tell the difference between these two bakeries. Let's see here. If I go, let's see, it's under here. Is it under construction? Select, rename. Broyar's Bakery. Because I'm boring and have no creativity. So now at least I can see which one's which. Okay, so my bakery is the one that's got the highest price. Of course it is. Looks like we're going to the grocery store. So we'll zip across the way to the grocery Y. Must be having technical difficulties. Oh, wow. I've got 12 people watching right now on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, it's a snowman. Where'd you come from? I'm sure that just comes up every December and I've never really noticed. Honestly, 10 grand off of a single trailer of flour is not bad. I mean, obviously we want to turn most of the flour into bread, but for now, that's a pretty good start. Man, we're already halfway through February. Goodness gracious. Why is 2024 going so fast? It's insane. Alrighty, that is that. And we got one more month on the silage. Chickens should be okay. I don't think we need to pick up the eggs yet. And we might as well come over and pick them up real quick. Probably could be fine, but we'll play it safe. I'd rather not have the eggs not fill up completely. Oh, I forgot I had it set to load all sizes. That's all right. All right, well, let's check this real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. There's a couple tractors. What is that? A spader. I've never used that before. Tiny little tractor. It's one of the ones for the grapes and stuff. It's kind of goofy looking without as big as its nose is. All right. I should not be complaining about something with a big nose. Anyway, we'll leave that alone. Oh, goodness. All right, it's January. When do we plant again for our sorghum? I always forget. I need to write this down somewhere. I forget where I'm going, apparently. I'm going to the calendar. Sorghum is April. All right, cool. And we got to fast forward a little bit through today, don't we? Oh, because I did it at the end of the day. I was like, why is this only at 80%? That's right, because I had to start my day at 11 o'clock at night or something, 10 o'clock at night. But today is silage selling day, correct? It is silage selling day. So we definitely want to fast forward to get that all turned into silage and then go drop all of this off. Other than that, let me just check to make sure. Okay, well, we just can't, there's no way we're going to be able to afford that. And this one doesn't do cultivating at the same time. This is amazing. This is ginormous and amazing, but it's not quite what we're looking for, unfortunately. Plus, I don't think our tractor can run it anyway, right? Yeah, that's way too big. Sad to see the wrong seeder on there when we need one desperately. All right, let's fast forward and get to the silage point. Let me get you. Go ahead and load up some eggs. We'll get these dropped off somewhere. Trade the trailer out. Or tractors out, I should say. All right, let's watch this. Hopefully it'll get will it get fermented before the end of the day? Boy, it might not. I mean, it's not the absolute end of the world. Because it's not going to drop in price like instantly, right? The next month. So we might might be after midnight technically, but we should still be okay. Was there anything, let me just double check. Was there anything else I need to do in January? No, right? Oh, I forgot to sell the bread last month. That's okay. We'll have it for next year. No, there's nothing else we got to do. So we can just fast forward until this turns into silage. Yeah, it looks like it probably will be tomorrow. February, technically, when this all gets sold. Or gets fermented. It might be just barely inside this month. It's hard to tell. 99, let's go. 100, come on. 100. All of it? Is all of it done? Yes. Make sure it's all good. I guess I could check this, the stock checker. It is all silage, and it is $30,000 worth of silage going to the biogas. Oof. Please tell me the other place is just as good. Yeah, the other place is just good. We'll take it to the animal dealer, because otherwise, obviously, the biogas can only hold so much. And a difference of $2 is not enough to make that trip. Don't think we're getting a new seeder before we have to seed again, unfortunately. We would have to have gotten lucky on the used lot. Or not bought the bakery. We could have avoided the bakery, I suppose. Don't know if that would have been the right move or not, though. It's actually kind of funny. I was just sitting here thinking about how Farming Simulator 22 is actually on Xbox Game Pass, which some of you guys may already know because that's probably where you play. But there's a lot of games that I have on my channel that I have paid for on like Steam and stuff that are just on Game Pass as well. And it's just like, you know, I don't know. Just for some reason, I just always buy stuff on Steam. I never think to check the Game Pass before I buy something. I mean, I have the Game Pass mostly for my kids, but I do pay for it. So it is technically there. All right, let's go get this dropped off and call it a January. February should be pretty quick. There's not much going on there. Hey, Jordan, how's it going? Glad you could join. All right, this should be the last time we have to do something at night. We'll be back to daytime farming here soon. Trying to decide which map to play. Oh. Not the one where you run into stuff as you're looking at chat. I've heard some good stuff about, was it Iowa? Somebody was saying something good about Iowa the other day. There's like an Iowa map. It's supposed to be pretty cool. Stream's been going pretty good. So far, so good, I guess. Alrighty. That is all of our bales. We're up to 58 grand. It's getting there. I mean, if we sold our cedar, which I think our cedar we could sell for like 25 grand maybe. Once we fixed it up and everything. Let's just call it 20 just to be safe. We're still only at 80 grand. There are not any cedars at 80 grand as far as I know. There's a mower. Yay. It's the same as I was like, is it the same price? I was like, can I make some money by selling mine and buying the used one? I've done that before, actually. I've bought something before. Immediately that exact same thing came on the used lot, so I just sold mine for a higher price and bought the used one. Definitely done that. I mean, a cultivator would have gone nicely with that cedar to like do as a 1-2 punch, but whoa, 550 horsepower. Yeah, I don't think so. We ain't running that one anytime soon. What is the best cedar we can get? There's nothing, right? There is no cedar we can get for 80 grand. Like the only cedar that we could, like the cedar we probably need to get is probably this one right here, this Pottinger. Because it's at least double the width of the one we got. So it will cut everything we do in half. Or this one. Oh, not that one. This one right here, this horse would also be good. Same thing. Double the width, so it would cut our time in half. Alternatively, we could just get a second cedar. I mean, technically, that's another way to double our speed for a significantly lower price. It would work. Everything would go twice as fast. $55. What's this one? This is 40. Yeah. Yeah. That's one way to do it. That might be how we end up having to do it. You don't see me as live. Oh, no. I mean, I'm watching my own stream just to make sure that I'm still live, and I see myself live. Oh, it's weird. I wonder why it's doing that. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing wrong or if it's just something weird with YouTube. So I apologize that it's doing that, though. Oh, you're fixed now? Good. Good job. Oh, that's good, Major. I'm glad to hear it. Another map that I've heard recommended a lot is No Man's Land, but that one's very different. That's one that's very, it's just a sandbox, right? You literally build everything. You create, you lay out the fields, you lay out, everything. So it's very much just a blank canvas to do whatever you want. Which is kind of a cool idea, but I've never really been drawn to it that much, but I could definitely see the appeal. I mean, a lot of people that like the idea of just having a blank canvas to do, kind of make their own thing. All right, now we can finally get away from the dark, because the dark, it's not fun for me. We'll drop off the trailer, and we are good. January is done. I have heard good things about Big Flats, Texas as well. So that one I think would probably be pretty good too. Okay, so we're in February. I don't think there's anything happening in February. So I think we're just going to check the water, check the chickens, and probably immediately fast forward to March. Chickens probably could use a little bit of food. Let's get them topped off. We're looking on eggs over here. Eggs are okay. All right, that's that. Water should be good. I can't imagine the water would have dropped off that much. It did not. Obviously, nothing for the flour, and bread is still, well, I say bread was still going. I forgot the bread fills up that fast. Wow, that's fast. All right, then I guess we will set that to storing for a moment. We may have to go pick that up actually as well. Pick up our loaves of bread. All 2 of them. That is one thing about the other bakery. I think the other bakery has a bigger output, doesn't it? Only 2 little outputs on this one is a little bit lackluster, but that's all right. We'll make it work. All right, that is that. Let's double check the lot. Okay, make sure there's nothing in the used one. I think I already checked it, but checking it again. Nothing to do on the grass field. Let's fast forward to March. And of course, April again is when we're going to be seeding. So almost there. I really would love to get a good used seeder. Dear Santa, I know it's not Christmas anymore. And we're about to be in March, but can you please send me a used cedar that is bigger than the one I got? Please and thank you. I mean, it's part of a cedar, sort of, kind of. It's not really what I was looking for. Nice big header. That's a giant header. How much is the other part of that cedar? The other part's the expensive part, right? Yeah, it is. Oh boy. But oh, this doesn't do cultivating. Oh, yeah, that's right. This does not do cultivating. Wait, isn't there a cultivator you can add to this, though? There is. But it's only 3 meters wide. Oh, what is that? How much sense does that make? That makes no sense that this is these technically combined with that, but this is like not the right width. I mean, that's triple the width of what we got now. Technically, I could make a way to make it work because I could sell the one I've got, but I still wouldn't have the cultivator. I would have to plow instead of using it because we don't have a cultivator right now. How much is a 9 meter wide cultivator? It's just any decent sized cultivator. It's just so much. We get 7.5 meters for 60 grand, but we don't have 60 grand right now. We would have to plow this first cycle through with our tiny little baby plow, which is, where is it? It's over here. All right, let's do some math real quick. Our little subsoiler is 4 meters wide, so it's actually wider than our cedar, which means it would theoretically go a little faster than our cedar. It's a little bit slower speed, so it's probably about the same quickness, right? 30% wider, but almost a third, 30% slower, almost, kind of, not quite, but it's close, right? If it's 6 miles an hour, it'd be 30% slower. So it's almost exactly the same speed. So that part of it would not be changed. And then we would have this thing going at 9 miles an hour, which is the same speed, but 3 times the width. I think we still save overall on speed. I think this is ultimately just still significantly faster, even if we have to plow first. It's going to use all our money though, because I have to sell this for the max price, and then that puts us at 80 grand. Oh, we're still short, aren't we? 80 grand plus. Yeah, we're still like 5K short. Oh man. I mean, I'll make a little bit of money between now and then because of the fact that I have the strawberries, right? Strawberries will get me another 2 grand. It's going to be so tight. You know what? I think we're going to try it. I think, because if we get a better cultivator, then I think it would long-term just be a net gain of speed. Can our current tractor run this thing? Yeah, it can, can't it? Yeah. This is only 130 horsepower, and our little baby tractor is, what, 110? 140. Oh, that's perfect. All right, we're going to sell you. It's a net gain of speed overall, even though it's a little bit slower. The one good thing about splitting up the cultivating and the reason why cultivating and seeding being different is okay is because we can actually cultivate right as we're harvesting. So if we have a spare tractor while we're harvesting, we can start the cultivating then, and then actually let me use the other tractor because it's faster. And then we're really only just seeding when it comes time for seeding. So it's actually no real loss of time at the end of the day. It's just a loss of time this first cycle out because we hadn't planned on it. Get a disc, they're cheap. Yeah, that's true. The discs are cheap, but the discs are not as... yeah, these would be okay as well. Like, but I think the cultivator is about the same price, isn't it, for like a decent size? Like, if we were to get like an 8, let's say we got that 7.5 meter one. We can get an 8 meter one here for 72 grand, but that's way too much horsepower, right? To get one that fits our horsepower, we would have to go with this, which is 6 meters wide, but it does go 11 miles an hour. That is one thing to consider. The cultivator that I was looking at, which is 7.5 meters, it goes 9 miles an hour. So that disc is actually faster by 2 miles an hour, which it'll make a difference over the course of a field. And we're talking a difference of... yeah, we can't do that one. So we have to do the 6 meters. It's about the same, right? 6 meters at 11 miles an hour is about the same as 7.5 meters at 9 miles an hour. I could do the math and get it exactly, but it's close enough. It's basically the same. And you're right, it's a little cheaper. So it's actually not bad. We can't afford it right now. We can't afford it this first cycle, but as soon as we get some money, we could definitely afford that. And that actually might not be a bad way to go. While I'm driving you over there, what am I doing? I could be plowing right now. We don't have to get it all done the same month. Might as well have a few cycles going while I'm sitting here doing nothing. I'm gonna ask a dumb question. You can direct seed into plowed soil, right? I never don't take the cultivated ones. I've never actually... I don't know if I've ever run a seeder that does not have the cultivating as part of it. So I actually don't know 100% how it works, come to think of it. We'll find out. I assume the subsoiling is still prepped soil ready for planting, right? Yeah, of course it is, because I do that for planters when I do corn. Okay, it's the same thing, right? When I do corn, I have to plow first, or the subsoil first, so it'd be the same thing. I was like, I don't do it on the seeding side, but I do it on the planting side. The real test of whether this is faster or not is if I can get the seeding done in the stream. Because with this seeder right here, there's no way I would have gotten all the seeding done this stream by starting it next month. Or it would have been in at the very, very end of the stream. But if I can get it all done here, then this actually proves that this setup is going to be faster for us. Which I'm pretty sure it will be. Oh, I need to sell that. I forgot what else I was doing over here. And we're selling you. We're up to 82 grand. It's close. We're getting there. So we definitely need to buy this now. It's actually... Oh, I don't want the additional weight right now. I'm probably going to wish I had it, but I definitely can't afford the additional weight right now. So we'll buy it at the cheap side of things. And if we can add the weight later, then so be it. And now we're just short 4 grand, right? That's all we are. Short 4 grand for the actual seeder part. Yep. Less than 4 grand. 3 grand and a little bit of change. If we don't seed until May, that's still actually okay. Right? May? Am I thinking the right month? Yeah, we can still seed in May, and that'll actually, we should have enough money then, so that'll work if we don't have enough money now. I guess I'll leave this here since we're about to pick up this seeder part in just a second. The good thing is this thing also does fertilizer, right? So, I mean, we don't have any solid fertilizer right now. We can't afford any, but eventually we can pick up some solid fertilizer and let this thing do both, right? Let me just double check that I'm saying the right thing. Yeah, it can do both. So that would be an option as a nice little time savings as well. Not that the sprayer is that slow, but technically will save us a little bit of time. All right, we're not going to wait until this thing's done. We'll just let it keep going into next month. So I think we fast forward, question mark. Was there anything to do with the grass fields, right? Nothing, right? Because it's still snowy. It's April that we mow. Yep, it is April that we mow. Cool, let's go. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm forgetting something. All right, it's time to mow. You're still doing that, of course. We are going to check the use lot just because it'd be funny if something showed up. Oh, man. It's a nice cultivator. Very ginormous. Well, I'll say ginormous. Big for us cultivator. But, of course, it takes a 440 horsepower tractor, which we do not have. So we're just going to ignore that exists. I like that there's two of these on here. That's funny. All right. And we don't have enough money for the other part of this yet. So I guess we're going to leave this part here because we're just going to attach it to the other part in a minute anyway. And we'll go mow real quick. Unless I have something I could sell for like a tiny bit of money. I mean, I could go find 2 collectibles and get the money, but we're going to have it next month anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think we have anything that we're going to sell of the list of things that we've got currently. Nope. We need everything. Went a little too far. I was going for the baler for a second there. I was like, wait a minute, that's not what. I got to mill first. Come on. Could sell some bread and go ahead and get the rest of it now. I mean, it wouldn't be like an amazing price, but it's not like it's going to kill us that much. Let me check to see what the price of bread is. How much is bread right now? Not at a good price at all. Not really at a good price at all. Now, what about eggs? Ugh, terrible price. Wow. Everything's bad. Everything's bad. Well, by the time we get done mowing, this guy will be a good chunk of the way through, and then he should be able to finish up most of the other field while we're doing the actual seeding. We'll have to wait a little bit. We'll have to be a little bit delayed, but it's not going to be bad. And again, it's going to go so much faster than that other baby little seeder. I'll take over for you. No, this is not the same save as the Elmcreek Let's Play. I mean, obviously, same map, obviously, but I started a brand new save. That one, I was way... Again, I don't want to spoil things, but there was a little bit of debt involved in that one. So, no debt on this one. Clean start. Honestly, that first one, unintentionally, is a good example of life. And of, like, real life. And what I mean by that is, it's very easy to get a little too much into debt in real life. I think most people in the world, or at least definitely most Americans, can know that. I mean, there's probably people all over the world that deal with debt. So it is way too easy to get yourself in over your head in debt. Even though in real life, I don't know if I can, like, the idea of going 100% debt free in my real life is a little bit crazy thinking, because I don't know, that would be really hard, but I definitely think there's you got to balance it, right? It's always wise to not take on more debt than you can handle. That will sneak up on you too. I mean, you might look like it. Like, I remember my first credit card when I was 19, I think, something like that. 18, 19, whatever it is legal that you can start getting credit cards. I had one pretty quick and in a hurry. And for the first, while, I'm like, yeah, this is easy. I can pay this off every month. And I did. For the first probably 6 months, 8 months, whatever, I paid it off every single month religiously. Never had a balance on it at all. It was just something I put a little bit of money on. And then one day something comes up and I just couldn't quite make the full payment. So I might have made the minimum payment 1 month. And then it kind of got a little bit worse. And so it was just one of those things that kind of sneaks up on you if you're not careful. That's kind of how that first Elmcreek run went. A little bit of debt was fine. Oh yeah, we're good. We're still making money. Nope, it stuck up on me. That's why I like the Zalanka save. The Zalanka save, I'm definitely managing the debt very well. I'm doing everything I can to make sure I don't take any more debt than I can handle with the profits that we're going to make each year. It's going a lot better. I really like that one a lot. That's a fun save. But also the debt's more realistic as well. The loans on that one are using realistic loans as opposed to the loans that they have in the vanilla version of Farming Simulator. The loans are not very realistic in my opinion. Hey Christine, welcome back. All right, let me let you take over and see how the mower's doing. He's almost done. But once he gets done, we will go ahead and fast forward. Yep. Is it too much to hope that we get that other part of our cedar as a used item next month? That would be amazing. Oh, I appreciate that, Christine. I'm glad that he enjoys it. My kids actually watch my live stream sometimes, which is pretty cool. I don't know if they're watching you right now. I think they might have gone to sleep early tonight, but sometimes they'll just randomly jump in and watch, which is cool. Alrighty, we'll get this last row done. Almost halfway through, well, probably about halfway through this field. And then we'll be able to fast forward, grab the cedar, and I think we'll be on track. Not too much of a delay. Really? Are you really going to miss one tiny little row? Come on, man. All right, fine. I'll take over and I'll do this last little row so I can get a little bit of the overlap as well. Might as well. Might get us a whole nother bale. Another, what, $1,000? Alrighty. Get this done. I should probably check the water and the chickens again real quick. Oh, and load up some bread. Don't want that getting filled up. There we go. Yes, I do. I play on PC. Yep. I technically own this game on... Well, I say own it. I have access to this game on console because of the Xbox Game Pass, but I do all my streaming on PC, so... But I've heard this game plays pretty well on console. You don't have quite as much access to some of the mods that you have on PC, but otherwise the game itself, I think, runs pretty well. My kids have tried playing it on the Xbox a few times. They just like driving the tractors around, though. They don't really do the farming. They just run around with the tractors. All right, there we go. We are ready to fast forward and seed next month. Oh, that's right. I was going to check the chickens. Chickens. Oh, you know what? I need to go grab some eggs. Yeah, it'd be nice if all the mods that I have access to were also on the console. I don't have any mods, as far as I know, that are not on the in-game mod hub, so I actually don't know why some of the mods that I use are not on the console. You would think that the mod hub would just be available everywhere, but for some reason it's not. I think the only mod that I have that is like nice to have, but also not available is the autoload mod, which I'm using right now. That is a very nice mod to have, and unfortunately, as far as I know, it's not on console, which is really sad. That is the one negative I've heard so far about the console. Not that you have to have it. You do not have to have the autoload mod, but it makes things so much easier. Get my chickens fed. I was like, I think I hit that button twice. I did. The one thing about delaying the planting of the sorghum is that our chickens might run out of food briefly, because we know we have enough food to get them to the normal harvest cycle, but I don't know if I for sure have enough to get them to a delayed cycle. All right, let's check the water, and then we're good to go. Water is fine. We can fill up the water the next time we have a good break, or good kind of need to wait for something else to happen. Bakery's still running. You're still plowing. We'll let you plow while we fast forward. Always think I'm forgetting something. Oh, wow. Wait, he has $999 billion? That's a lot of game time, if that's true. He has played a lot. I don't know if I've ever had 990, I can't say the word all of a sudden. I don't know if I've ever had that much money in all my saves combined. I've been in the tens of millions, and maybe even, I could definitely argue that I've probably been up to 100 million. Especially if you count my multiplayer run. We used to make money like crazy on that one. But yeah, that's a lot of money. Wow. let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the use. So we still got that cultivator, which we can't use. Nice sprayer. It's a wider header. That sprayer. How much is our sprayer worth? No, not that much. Okay. I was gonna say I thought our sprayer was worth more than that. It is not. Plus, this one doesn't have the weed sensing, so we would not go for that anyway. All right, well, let's go ahead and grab our cedar that we want because we have exactly. Well, I say exactly. We have just enough money for it. It is tight, but we did it. Where are you at? There you is. That's cool too because it's premium expansion, so we get to use one of the new pieces of equipment. And there we go. New cedar. Let's go. Technically, you need 225 horsepower for that, and this is a 210 horsepower tractor. But from my experience, plus or minus 10% usually is not too much of a problem. Oh, yes, really nice mods. There you go. Well, that would help a lot too. That's true. Oh, I need to fertilize the grass this month as well. Can't forget that. With this new seeder, I think we get this stuff seeded in the next... maybe in the next half hour, honestly. It's going to go pretty quickly. Now, I mean, the only slowdown again is going to be the subsoiler. Hopefully the fact this doesn't have that weight in the middle isn't going to hurt us. This is much wider than I was planning on getting, so it should make things go pretty quick. And again, as soon as we can afford some solid fertilizer, that'll help things as well. One less pass that we have to do. Do I ever do first person? Not usually. I mean, I'm not saying I've never. I mean, it's, you know, every once in a while, kind of cool to jump in here and see what everything looks like. But for me personally, I like the more upper perspective. I don't know the best way to say that. I just like seeing a much bigger view. Plus, I like the equipment. I love looking at the tractors, honestly. And so I think that's one of my favorite things about this game is watching the equipment work. And obviously, if I'm in first person, I can't really do that very well. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. They did a good job of mocking up, you know, the models inside these tractors and give them all little gadgets and knobs and screens and stuff like that. It's very cool. But I love the way the tractors look. All right, we're going to be doing some sorghum. Oh, a little bit of a fishtail there. All right, looks like he's finishing up the last pass now. We'll let him finish that last pass, and then we'll get us a little header here, and then we'll start working on the rest of this. I do not use a steering wheel. I have one sitting right behind me, literally 2 feet behind me. I've tried it. The steering wheel is great for driving the tractors. It is so much better. It works really well for driving the tractors. But I mean, you have to do all the little buttons of like raising and things, lowering things, going into menus, things like that. And I could never get used to the buttons, like the actual like Xboxy game buttons. So now I just use a controller, which, I mean, it works pretty good too. I mean, I've been driving racing games and other driving games with a controller on consoles for years, so it comes very naturally. But I did buy the steering wheel to try out with Farming Simulator. Since I don't use it with Farming Simulator, though, I got to find me a good racing game, because I have a feeling I would definitely love playing that, using that steering wheel on a racing game. I think it'd be fun. I mean, if I had the full, like, Farming Simulator setup, the one that's got, like, the full keypad, that's got all the knobs and buttons and things like that to do all the different equipment, you know, adjustments, that might be better. I might be able to use the steering wheel with that, but I just didn't bother getting all that stuff set up. Truth be told, I could probably just grab a Steam Deck, right? Or Stream Deck. Same Steam Deck. Stream Deck. I could probably just grab a nice Stream Deck, set that up for all my my tractor, you know, configurations, and that actually would probably take care of that part of it for me. Let me get you doing a little bit of a header here real quick, and then we will switch you to do the other stuff. Let's grab this guy though. Why does my tractor look clean? Is it just because it's white? I'm sitting there, I'm like looking, and I'm like, looks cleaner than it looked the last time I looked at it, and I don't think I've watched it, so I'm confused. All right, lower seater, turn on seater. I think that's it. Normally I just do one header, but I want to start on the other side anyway, so I'll just make a pass going back that direction. Like we're a little bit off. Trying to decide if we're on the line or not. It's hard to see with the angle. Someday we'll have this be a rectangular field, but I can't afford this field yet. Oh, this is going to go so fast. This is so much faster. Once we figure out the cultivating part of this is going to be real quick. Although we're only going 9 miles. Is this the one that goes 9, or is this the one that goes 11? I've been looking at cultivators and seeders, so I forget which was which. So this goes 9 normally, and the other thing goes... Oh no, they both go 9. That's right. Okay. Couldn't remember. Let's do a little header down here. Or would this be a footer? Because it's on the other end? I don't know. I'm sorry. A head row, I think is actually... I call it a header. I think it's technically called a head row or something, maybe? I actually don't know. The little GPS mod has a name for it, but I forget what it calls it. Oh, I forgot to turn my other guy the other direction. Sorry, dude. Sorry. I only wanted you to do 2 rows. I forgot about you. Like, I genuinely forgot about you. It's not that you're not important, but I forgot you existed for a moment. In case you missed the roleplay element of why I have workers. Like, I'm not paying money for my workers, in case you haven't noticed that. And the reason I'm not paying money for my workers is partly because I wanted some way to speed up the live stream. Since normally when I do pre-recorded games, I'll do all the in-betweeny bits, you know, off camera, so to speak. And so that way there's not like a lot of dead space. But since I was going to not be able to do that, obviously live streaming, I was like, you know what? Well, let's make the workers free, but to add a little bit of roleplay element to it. I have 2 sons in real life, so I'm basically making myself. I can only have 2 workers that are free. So that's the reason why I have those free workers, because I'm counting them as my sons. But that makes it all the worse that I just forgot about him. So, and it was his birthday this week too, which is really sad. I literally just forgot about my son on his birthday. Oh, so bad. Sorry, son. I love you. Where are you at? There you are. I love you. I mean, he's probably not even paying attention anyway. He's probably sitting there. He's got the cruise control turned on and he's playing on his Switch. He's probably playing Mario on his Switch right now, or Minecraft or something. Just letting the tractor do the rest. I'm sure that's perfectly safe, right? Cruise control, steering control. Play some Minecraft. Like with the modernization of GPS, I think I've talked about this before. With the modernization of GPS in tractors these days, like the guy sitting in the tractor is mostly just there to make sure nothing catastrophic happens, it feels like. So I feel like I'd probably be reading quite a few books in my life. Like I'd be like, all right, let's just get a book in. You know, why not? Let's have some fun. Let's read a book or listen to a book on tape or something. I probably would just be kind of off in another world while I did my tractoring. I wish I could ask my grandfather what he used to do. I'm sure he'd listen to music or something. Like, right? You've got to be doing something to keep yourself kind of focused while you're just driving in a straight line all day. I'm actually mountain time, Christine. So it's actually 9 o'clock for me currently. I'm assuming if it's 10 o'clock for you, that means you are in the central time zone. Kind of hard to see where the seed's at, isn't it? I mean, I could see it, but it's not perfectly clear. I could be using the GPS, but I don't have this particular seeder set up in it yet. Probably should, though. Why not? Let's see if I can. How did I do it the other day? Control Shift G. Control Shift F. There we go. Control G. And this would be a. Let's do a new one. Oh, wait a minute. How did I do this last time? I'll just say tractor. Please create or load track data first. After this, I forget how I did it the other day. 9 meter. I guess I could just overwrite this 3 meter seeder because I'm not using that anyway. No, okay. Let me just edit that one. Nope. How did I do this the other day? Set A, and we want to go 270, I believe. Yes, it's still at 3 meters. Oh, okay. Let me go back into here. Go here. Set this to that. Headland is what they call it. Headland. All right, so we are set to the right headland, but we are a little bit off center. There we go. That'll work. me just get lined back up again, and then we'll be good to go. What was it? Control F? No. Oh, what was it? There we go. Oops. Helps if I actually lower the seater. Now we're going to be on a straight line. Yes? No? Did I not turn it on? Oh my goodness. It's a clown fest. I apologize. Now we got the right combo. Now we just auto run, and then we should be good. No hands. There we go. Figured I'd get it figured out eventually. Oh. That's not a worker. I can't just skip away from it. Oh goodness. I'll be alright, guys. I did this so I didn't run the worker because I wanted to do it myself. But I was trying to make it easier. And then just by habit, I skipped over to the other guy to see what he was doing. I'll be alright. Do I use a green screen? No, I do not currently. I just have my bookshelf of knickknacks behind me. It's a little hard to see maybe because it's a little darker, but I have lots of little gadgets and things. I'm addicted to Legos. I can't lie. I would like to at least consider, adult Legos because they're like, the space shuttle, and, I have a Ford Mustang Lego set and a Harley Davidson Lego set and things like that. So I have lots of Legos, but it is definitely an addiction, I should say. Not sure if that's a good thing. Lower the seater, and we're good to go. Yeah, I have lots of Star Wars Legos as well. I have like the ginormous, the really, really big, like Millennium Falcon, and like the Star Destroyer. I have not put those together. They're still in a very ginormous box in my closet. One of these days I'll put them together, but those are very lengthy builds. Plus I don't have anywhere to put them, so they're just safer in the box right now. But no, I like Legos a lot. It's just Legos for me is a way to, I don't know, it's a way to kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I wouldn't say it's creativity because I'm not building my own sets, right? I'm just literally copying instructions. But for some reason for me, and I can't explain why, I thrive on following instructions. It's just, there's something about how I'm wired where if I can follow a set of instructions and do something, exactly how it says, it does something for me, and I don't know how to describe it. I used to get all the game guides back in the day. Not because I couldn't figure out how to play the games myself. It was just fun to follow the instructions. I don't know why. It's so weird. But yeah, I love following instructions with the Legos. That's my favorite part. It's methodical, and it's like step by step, and it just builds on top of each other, and it's a layer upon layer. I don't know, it's just fun. It's just fun for me for some unexplainable reason. Are we really gonna have like a 1 meter, not even a 1 meter, a 1 foot wide bit left over here? We are, aren't we? I think we are. Yeah, I'll have to run up that line, which is fine. We got to give that other guy some time to get done with what he's doing anyway. He's trying. He's doing his best. He's almost halfway through that field. I do have a green screen. It's actually a retractable green screen that's laying on the ground over there. I used to use a green screen back in the day. I forget how long ago. It's been several years now. But I felt like doing the whole bookshelf with all my little bits and bobs on it. I just felt like that showed my personality more, I guess. So it kind of shows off, the fact that I like Star Wars, and I like Marvel, and I like Legos, and I like Ford Mustangs, and whatever else you want to come up with. So it was just kind of a way to show off my personality more than just the green screen itself. I may have to reset my line here in a minute because, you know what? I should have done this right down the middle of the road, shouldn't I? Because it would have done a little bit of that other field anyway. In retrospect, I see that now. All right, that is that. That actually did not take too long. Let me just confirm that we did get the whole field seeded properly. We did. Good stuff. Well, you're almost there. You're getting there. Let me leave this seeder here for a second. Let him, not that, sorry. I want to detach the whole thing, please. That just tipped. Oh, that's what you need the weight for. The whole thing tips backwards. Oh, that's going to be maybe impossible to recover now that I think about it. Okay. That's what you need the weight for. That makes a lot of sense now. Let me grab... Oh, I was going to grab something. What was I going to grab? Was it water? Chickens are okay, right? Chickens are going to be okay. Let me go and top them off real quick. Let me just turn this off. There we go. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, this is a hobby for me, right? I have a day job, so this is not yet, at least, maybe someday, but this is not my job. So I'm able to spend a little bit extra money that maybe most people who are relatively small YouTubers and Twitch streamers would normally be able to spend. So I am fortunate in that, you know, side of things. But again, this is a hobby. And a lot of times people spend money on their hobbies. So I do spend some money on my hobby. It's fun. I like the gadgets. I like the microphones and the good setup. And, you know, I like technology. So I always have like the nice headsets and things like that. It's just fun. It's just how I have fun, is having little gadgets and bits and bobs. You could definitely, if you ever want to do your own YouTubing and live streaming, you can definitely do it with way less than what I have. In fact, I would probably recommend it. Do not go buy a $50 microphone or, you know, a $50 camera. You know, just get started. Like, that's the whole important thing about doing live streaming and YouTube and stuff like that. Is just start. You know, you don't have to have the expensive setup to get going right away. That will come with time. And as I was telling somebody on Monday, somebody who's like brand new to live stream and stuff like that, it was like the feeling of taking your first like Twitch check or YouTube check and going and buying that better piece of equipment is pretty cool, right? Like you're basically taking the money that you've worked hard for and able to reinvest it back into your channel to make it better. That's a pretty cool feeling. My kids keep telling me they want to do YouTube streaming and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, maybe someday. You're a little young for that right now. I mean, I can't tell them no because, I mean, they just want to be like daddy. So, I mean, it's not like I could say, no, that's a terrible job. That would be a little bit hypocritical of me, wouldn't it? Oh, goodness. 45 minutes left of the stream. Well, 47. We'll definitely get the seeding done. Doubt we get to the harvest, though. We still have got a few other things to do along the way, I think. So I don't think we'll quite get to the harvest time, but we should get close. And then harvest will be probably first thing next Wednesday, which will be nice. And again, the next time we have to do the subsoiling, the plowing, we can just do it as part of the harvest, and it'll go much, much quicker. Basically, we just immediately, as soon as we have to do seeding, we just go right to the seeder. We don't have to wait for that guy to do his part. Hey, Gamer Freak, how's it going? Yeah, the Frostpunk was fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't want to spoil anything, but it probably went about as well as you could imagine, given it was my first time going through it blind. So if you've played Frostpunk at all, I'm sure you could predict exactly how it goes. But I definitely want to give Frostpunk another try. However, Frostpunk 2 is coming out this year, so I'm kind of like, do I want to just like save that, you know, that desire to play it again and just wait for Frostpunk 2 and just kind of jump right into that when it comes out? I might do that. Is probably what I'm leaning towards right now. Just wait for Frostpunk 2, jump right into that and have some fun with that right away. But it was definitely, I enjoyed it a lot. Frostpunk was pretty, it's a game that's been sitting in my library for like forever, and I just haven't ever tried it. And I finally got around. I was like, you know what? Let's get it done. Let's go for it. And I really enjoyed that game. That was fun. Crisis management, triage, all that kind of stuff is pretty cool. Problem solving. Yeah, some things are definitely hard to manage in that game, which is intentional, right? The whole point of Frostpunk is to get you right on the edge of failure. And obviously there's better ways to optimize, you know, your build order and your, you know, how you handle the crisis and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's just, the whole point is just keep you on the edge of failure at all times, which is kind of the fun, right? That's supposed to be the fun part. There's actually another similar game that I was thinking about trying out that, I've said before that I watch Quill18 a lot. He's actually the reason I even play. Oh, hey, thanks, Miguel. Welcome to channel membership. I appreciate it. Quill18's been playing a game called War Hospital, which is very triage. I mean, literally triage. It's a hospital, but it's very much not what it sounds like. It's like MASH for World War I or something like that. It looks really cool, and I think I might try that one out because it's kind of keeps that Frostpunk theme, but a different setting. All right, let's go get one more load of water, and then we should be good to go finish the seeding. Oh, you're on episode 34 of my series? Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's a redo. This is a redo, Scott. So if you think that I made mistakes in that first one, which I think I did, you might not have gotten to some of the bigger mistakes yet, but if you think I made mistakes, feel free to try to rewatch this series and see if I did any better. We'll find out. I haven't finished it yet, though, so I still have room to make mistakes in this run as well. But hopefully I'm doing better. But that first one was fun. I enjoyed that first run a lot. It was a lot of learning, a lot of trial and error. Let's try this, let's try that, you know, and I think it worked out in the end, but it took a while. Oh, yeah, happy Valentine's Day, Christine. It is, in fact, Valentine's Day. I'll be doing something with my wife, I think tomorrow, just so we don't have to deal with the crowds. We're like, yeah, it's just a day. Let's celebrate tomorrow. That's fine. We don't, neither one of us likes the crowds. We'll just go to we'll go eat out on a day when there's no crowds. Oh, hey, Miguel. Yep. Greetings from Colorado. Yes. I love it here. I mean, I liked Texas while I was there. And then as soon as I left Texas, I was like, I can never go back. It's too hot. I will never return to Texas. It is so hot during the summer. I mean, the funny thing about that is that my family's still in Texas. So, of course, I'll still go back to Texas. But I will resist it as much as I can. I keep telling my parents, y'all need to move to Colorado. It's much nicer here. The weather is so nice. Yes, it gets cold during the winter, but it's not that bad. All right, that's going to be good enough, I think. Let's go get the seeding done. And we should be good to rock and roll. Yeah, that guy's almost done now, so we should be perfect. Am I going to be able to hook up to this thing? It's no, no. Okay, let's do this. Let's grab you for a second. Let's see if you could push it down enough that he can hook onto it. Suddenly I'm realizing I should have grabbed the weight. And as soon as we have the money, we'll go back and get the weight. I just was like thinking, I was like, why would you need the weight? It's going to be attached to the tractor. Not the entire time, obviously. All right, can we tip it back up? Oh, no, we can't. Maybe if I ride up on top of it or something. This is going to be comedic if I can't get this figured out. Come on, come on, come on. Tip it forward. Tip it forward. Oh, come on. Come on. It's this thing is so heavy that my tractor's on the front of that, and it's actually still, I mean, it's not at the good pivot point, to be fair. It's actually a very bad pivot point, come to think of it. So never mind. That does make sense that it's not going to work. I was hoping it would, like, yeah, that's not the pivot point's just a little in front, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Well, this is entertaining. Am I going to have to reset this thing? I don't know how to fix this. I'm trying to think of something creative. I can't think of anything. I'm gonna have to reset this. Oh, that's so sad. Oh well. All right. Fine. So funny. What weight? Why would I need the weight? Yeah. See that? This is what you can watch my channel for, guys. Learn how not to do things. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the map. If you ever wanted to know how not to do something, I will guarantee you that I will show it. I mean, technically, I only need to reset the back part, but there's no point in resetting one without the other. So we will just reset both of you. My tractor's in the way. All right, come on, tractor, get out of the way. You can go back to your job. Actually, I guess I don't need to reset that part. I can just go pick up the other thing. We'll just leave that there. I wish I could afford the weight right now, but I can't. You know what I'm going to do? I was going to avoid getting collectibles, but just because of because it's a functional thing and not really a, it's not really a, changing anything. I'm just going to go grab this thing real quick. I only want one of you. I want the pig. There we go. Just the pig. We'll go grab the weight real quick. Oh, so silly. I mean, if I thought about it, I might have put two and two together and realized, oh, the weight. It's for the trailer, not the tractor. How do you become a member? There should be a... I mean, please do not feel obligated, but if you want to, there should be something somewhere, a little button somewhere that says join the channel, I think. Or if you prefer, you could subscribe on Twitch. That would work too. I know sometimes people get free subscriptions with like Amazon Prime and stuff like that. So if that's cheaper and easier, I would not be against that either. I mean, technically, I think I get more money from YouTube memberships, but it doesn't bother. I don't care one way or the other. It's all good to me. I appreciate it either way. Oh, goodness. Well, it wouldn't be a stream or a farming simulator play of mine if I didn't do something really silly at one point. You know, get a tractor stuck somewhere, get a trailer stuck somewhere. I mean, this was a new one for me. I have never gotten a trailer stuck up in the air like that, so that was definitely new. Was not expecting that, but we will we'll resolve this momentarily. I mean, if I just never unhooked my tractor, it would have been fine. All right, let's edit you. Customize. Like, wait a minute. It's free? What? Did I pay for it before and not realize it? Okay. I just took a weight off for no reason. Oh, goodness. Oh, well. I could have swore that said $1,500 earlier when I was looking at it, but apparently it's free now. I mean, I do think it should just be automatically on the trailer with no additional expense if it's going to be like that type of situation where it just flips up in the air like that. But whatever. Problem solved. I didn't even need to get the collectible. That's all right. I don't think it's going to break the game that we got one collectible. Well, I thought we were going to finish the seeding today, but not if I continue my circus antics. Wow, we're in year number 8 of this save. That's crazy. Has it really been 8 years already? Will we get cakes before year 15? Actually, a good question. I think we will. I actually don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have no idea if we'll get it before year 15. I'm just going to let the worker take over for a minute. Oh, goodness. What? Oh, it reset the seed. Oh, my goodness. Did we lost the seed, didn't we? That's a little... Oh, in that case, okay. If we lost the seed on the reset, then I don't feel so bad about picking up the collectible. That's unfortunate that we lost the seed. Thankfully we have some, but we did lose some. I don't think I've reset something in a while, so I forgot that it loses you what's inside it. All right, well, it gives me a chance to do a head row here. Or headland. Whatever term. They plant over here. Can't tell what that is. Is that cotton? I can't tell. It's too small. Everything looks the same in its baby state. It is cotton. All right. I was right. Yay. All right, cool. So they're done. Not too bad. And again, once we do that combined with the harvesting, it'll go relatively quick. Eventually we'll get a better subsoiler or cultivator or something. I'll lean this up against the back of the building over here for now. Oh, we need to fertilize. That's right. Glad I remembered. All right, we'll get this done. We'll get the seeding done. We might be able to start the harvesting before the end of the stream. We got 30 minutes. That is actually very possible. It's not a lot to do between now and what month is it now? It's September when we have to harvest. All right, let's get this last little bit done. Are you really not doing the ends? Okay, we'll come back and do those later then. You're being difficult. We'll let you do what you do and then we'll fix your problems later. Sometimes the trees down here cause some weirdness with the workers, especially if the thing that they're pulling is pretty long. All right, that is that. Some bread to pick up. How full are we on the bread right now? Oh, just barely. That's not even full at all. Still not gonna. I mean, I don't even know if this thing's gonna finish before we start putting flour in there again. The bread does go kind of slow. There is that. It's worth more than the flour, but it's pretty slow to produce. All right, almost halfway done. That'll not take too much longer. Let me get you to the other end here, and then I'll take over and fix the head here. Would have been nice if they put some sugar beets on that field 51. That would have incentivized me to accelerate my purchase of that field, but it's not like we can harvest it right now anyway. I will say this. I'm definitely going no debt, and I've also gone no leases. I've done no leases in this save at all. A few leases would definitely have made this go faster. So there's a balance there. You don't want to go too many leases, because eventually you can't pay for the stuff that you're leasing, right? But a few leases would definitely speed things up quite a bit. Especially for equipment that you're not really going to use too often. Usually be pretty good to lease that kind of stuff. The other thing I like about the Zelanka save is that we're leasing everything, because we're doing lease to own. So even with leasing, we're not actually ultimately losing out on too much money. Although there've been a few things that I've leased that I didn't end up buying. So in a way, I lost the money on those, but it still was cheaper than trying to buy it in the first place. think I figured out one time that it actually takes 19 like years basically, or 19 harvests or something like that to make it where buying a harvester is worth more than just leasing it. That's, I mean, a little bit of a asterisk there would be that that doesn't take into account how long it actually takes to harvest the field, because obviously you have to pay an hourly fee as well as the daily fee. But just the daily fee alone, it's like 19 years before you actually make up what you paid for it when you bought it in the first place. So leasing is definitely a very good way to go in this game. But again, it's the same thing with loans, though. You can get yourself in trouble where you're paying so much leasing costs that you just can't make up the difference. I think the reason for that is that, at least for me, and maybe other people are different. For me, leasing incentivizes me to buy bigger than I can afford, if that makes sense. You know, if I'm going to go look at a harvester, well, yeah, if I'm going to buy one, I'm going to buy the cheap, small, dinky one. But if I'm going to lease one, oh, you know what? I can go lease that big old $800,000 John Deere. You know, it's only going to cost me $20,000. Yeah, that's what I get in trouble a lot with leasing, is I go too big too soon. Hey, Farmer Groot, how's it going? Hey, Ghosty. How have your streams been? And by the way, if anybody's wondering why I'm saying hello to people that you do not see, I've said this before, but it might not be clear just from looking at, watching things. I do dual stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So if I'm ever talking to somebody and you're like, who is he talking to? I'm talking to somebody on the other platform. So technically it's against the terms of Twitch for me to like combine the chat and show it like on screen or something like that. It might be okay for me to combine the chat for me, but it's the same thing as what I'm seeing now. So I can't really combine the chat for you guys because technically Twitch does not allow that. I just realized I'm not going to actually have it turned on. So that's the reason why it's a little weird, but you just have to get used to it that I'm technically talking to two different people, two different groups of people at the same time. Oh, 116 followers. Good job. That is awesome. Yeah, I think you're gaining followers faster than I gained subscribers on YouTube when I first started. So that's impressive, actually. I can barely see the line. So I'm like, no, I'm over. I'm not far enough over yet. Okay, I think I'm good now. Oh yeah, 12 average viewers. That's pretty good. Wow, nice. I mean, I have 12 average viewers on YouTube right now, but the Twitch side of things is a little bit lower. Which is normal. It's okay. It'll get there. Oh, I think I'm missing a little bit of a line. No, come back. There's a little bit of there's like a 1 foot gap here. Let me fix it. It will annoy me if I get the crops grown in and there's a little gap there. All right, take over. Oh, you got some mods now too. Nice. Yeah, I'm not quite big enough for mods yet. I mean, the only person I got to calm down is this guy named Goat Ghosty. He keeps talking. I'm just kidding, obviously. No, someday I'll worry about mods and stuff, I guess. I've only had a few times where random people jump in and say something really dumb and random. So thankfully it hasn't happened too often yet. The one thing I will say is that you do have to be careful because unfortunately you are, according to Twitch, liable for anything that people say, especially if you don't deal with it quickly. Like if you don't, like if somebody says something that's like, you know, bad, like really bad, and you don't like ban them right away or anything like that, then Twitch can kind of they could actually circle back and actually ultimately punish you for that, unfortunately. So you do have to be careful, and that's the reason why mods can be very valuable, because they can take care of that while you're distracted by, you know, a video game or whatever. Oh yeah, you got to keep the community safe. I mean, eventually something's going to slip through. It's just inevitable. It's unfortunately the world we live in, but you got to do the best you can. And I think if you at least show that you're trying, like that you're making efforts, I think you're okay within the terms of Twitch's guidelines. Twitch seems to have more strict guidelines than YouTube. I mean, YouTube definitely has strict guidelines, don't get me wrong, but I had to sign a lot more, like I had to fill out a lot more things when I was signing up for the Twitch side of things than I remember signing up for on the YouTube side. I mean, they both have their own like automatic filtering and things like that for like different languages and different terms. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, paying mods would be cool if you ever get to that point. But actually, do the big guys, the big streamers, do they pay their mods? Is that a thing? I've never even paid attention to it, to be honest. Oh, modding, when you get big, modding is definitely a lot of work. So I assume they pay them, but I've never actually paid attention to it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I honestly don't know. I know they pay their editors if they're going to do like edited like clips for YouTube and stuff like that from Twitch. A lot of them pay those guys, but that's a little bit different. All right, well, we got the seeding done. Definitely a lot quicker, although it was a little bit slower in a few spots because I had to wait for the subsoiler, and of course I had to go retrieve my trailer because of reasons. But we got the weight now, so presumably when I detach this, everything's good. It stays put. Good. All right, we're good. All right, that's that. Mowing's done. Mowing's not done. Fertilizing's done. Seeding's done. We're ready to fast forward to June. I don't know. For some reason, I always feel like I'm forgetting something. Probably pay editors before mods. That's probably a good idea. I mean, I don't know if I don't know. Like, I get used to, I kind of enjoy doing some of my editing stuff. I mean, I do very minimal editing now, but I have done big editing on certain videos in the past. So I definitely know how to do some of the editing stuff. There's definitely something to enjoy to have somebody else just take care of that for you, right? Another guy I watch who does Football Manager, which you do Football Manager, right? Another guy I watch that does Football Manager is Lelujo, right? he has an editor, and the way he pays his editor, he just says, hey, you edit the videos, put them on this second channel, whatever profits whatever money he gets off that channel, goes to you, up to a certain limit. So, the success of that channel depends on how good the editing's done, which I think is a kind of a cool way to do it. Alrighty. It is raining, but that doesn't matter because we're not doing anything as far as harvest or anything. Chickens are okay. Eggs are not full. Bread is okay. Water is okay. Can we just open up the top hatches of the greenhouses and just let the water come in? I think oh, we got to fertilize. That's right. We got to go fertilize our sorghum now. And weed. So this would be a step we wouldn't have to do if we got solid fertilizer. So as soon as we can afford solid fertilizer, we'll probably go back, grab a batch of that. That way the next time we seed, it'll just all get done in one fell swoop. Split 50-50? Yeah, that's not bad too. Really depends on how much the editor is doing for you, but yeah, if he's doing a significant amount of help, then that can definitely make a difference. Especially if he's one that's paying for the software, right? Like if you don't have to pay for the Adobe Premiere, which I pay a lot of money for. I told you this is a hobby and I enjoy the hobby and I spend lots of money on gadgets and things. So I spend a lot of money for Adobe Premiere every year. But if I didn't have to do that, then actually, I don't know why I'm doing it this way. If I didn't have to do that, then, and like the editor, like already owned, whatever editing suite they were going to use, then yeah, I'd be more incentivized to give them a little bit more money, to kind of cover the cost of the editing software as well. I could save a little bit of money on Adobe Premiere, but I actually bought the full creative package because I was having some fun playing around with things like Adobe After Effects and some of those other software packages. I was just having fun, just playing around with all the Adobe things. Editing software is not cheap. It is not cheap at all. Am I streaming tomorrow? I am not streaming again until Saturday. And that will be Civilization 6. We are continuing our game with... Who is it? Oh, who are we playing? Oh, Khmer. We're playing as Khmer. So, Civ 6 on Saturday. My next Farming Simulator live stream will be next Wednesday. Yeah, I need to take a look at Streamlabs because I do want to get that set up so that I have more kind of automation of, when followers join and when people subscribe and stuff like that. So I want to get that set up here soon. I haven't even looked at pricing, but yeah, I need to figure all that out for sure. I mean, truth be told, I didn't really worry about Streamlabs at first because I honestly didn't know if the streaming thing was going to kick off that much. I was like, I'll give it a few months. If it doesn't kick off, I'll just go back to just recording my stuff and doing it that way. But it seems like it's kicking off pretty nicely and I'm enjoying it, so I think it's worth continuing for as long as I can. Ah, Streamlabs is free. Okay. All right, have a good night, Christine. Thank you for joining. Wait, did I really miss? Oh, I missed one little line. Oh, I knew it's gonna bug me. I'm gonna be triggered by this one tiny little line. That's all right. We'll fix it next time. That's what I get for not being able to see. I can't see the seeding going down at all. Oh, you're talking about the Streamlabs component that integrates with It's actually basically is OBS. Yeah, okay, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I've looked at that. I do like OBS, I think, and I've got stuff set up on OBS pretty nicely. Isn't there like a Streamlabs like hook though for OBS that I can just hook in like the Streamlabs like automation and stuff like that just into actual OBS? I think there's something like that. All right, I got 2 more minutes to finish this. We probably won't quite start the harvest, but we might be able to get right up to the harvest. It'll be close. I had a bot set up for YouTube that would handle like certain automated messages, things like that a long time ago, but I don't even know if that's still running or not. Just need to get all that stuff figured out at some point. Been too busy this week and these last couple weeks. I mean, I wasn't going to worry about it on Twitch until I became affiliate because I was like, I don't know, just didn't feel like it was worth too much effort until some of that kicked in. But now that that has kicked in, I'm like, all right, now it's time to get official. Let's get official and have all the little toasts and all the little blurbs and little thank yous and whatnots. I'm assuming I can set it up where it only posts those on Twitch, though. I don't know if I want to show all that on YouTube or if I want to... I don't know if I want to join those or separate them or what. I have to think about that. Like I said, I can't join the chat because I have seen that goes against the Twitch agreement, but I should be able to join the subscriber stuff and things like that. Yeah, if you're doing good on Twitch, that'll definitely cover the cost of it, and that'll be good for sure. I think I've made my first $5 on Twitch, which is awesome. I didn't know if I would get there. That's pretty cool. Yes, $5 is not a lot, but you got to start somewhere, right? So it's a start. Ah, nice. That's awesome. It's good to get your first payout. That's a very exciting moment for sure. I mean, I would say... I mean, do what you want with your own money, obviously. But treat yourself a little bit, right? It's your first, you know, check or whatever. Obviously, you want to reinvest in the channel and things like that. And that's always very smart to do. But get yourself something, right? Go find something that you want. Because it's always nice to, like, take that first little bit and be like, you know what? Let me remind myself why I'm doing this. And I think it's always fun to do. Nothing crazy, just something. Like anytime I get like a bonus check from work and things like that, even though I have bills to pay and I have things to do, I always set aside like 5%. I'm like, 5% of this is mine. Yes, 95%'s got to go to bills. That's just inevitable. But 5% of it's got to go to me because otherwise I forget why I'm working. You know? I got to go buy something fun for a little bit of the money. Of course, doing YouTube, buying a video game is both good for the channel and fun for me. So I can kind of do both at the same time. Ooh, 200 liters. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this field done. 200 liters. Oh, you got to convert it to pounds. That's right. Oh, yeah. Does Twitch only pay out in dollars? Is that actually how it is that the only currency that it pays out in? That's interesting. I mean, I believe you. It's probably very true that it only pays out in dollars, but it's interesting if that's the case because obviously as the dollar changes, then you'll actually get paid more or less depending on how the exchange rate's going at the time. You know, that's kind of an interesting. It's weird. I feel like England and like I feel like England and the EU, especially the EU, would require Twitch to pay out in euros. I can't imagine they would allow it to pay out in dollars. The EU has so many laws about stuff like that. So I feel like there's got to be a way that you could get paid in pounds directly. But England's a little bit different than the EU, so maybe it's just different. Yeah, Twitch is American, but it's a global company. So just like my company, right? My company is an American company that I work for, but our employees that were like in the Netherlands and places like that, you know, we have to be able to pay them in their currency, you know, because that's just the way the international law works. I know Twitch is a little bit different, but I feel like it would be similar at least. All right, we are not going to get to the harvest yet because I forgot about the herbalizing and the herbiciding and the fertilizing. Sorry, herbalizing, the herbiciding and fertilizing. So we'll just barely get those done, or actually get those started, and I'll probably let the herbicide finish after the stream, just so that's done going into next stream. However, this time I will not leave the game running overnight and forget about it. Famous last words. I definitely need to go pick up some more liquid fertilizer soon. Yeah, that'll be good to know how that works. Goat Ghosty. I will say this, you know, obviously, make sure you set aside some money for taxes. I mean, you might not make enough the first year that you have to pay taxes, which is what happened with me with YouTube. I didn't make enough that they didn't care. It was like, you're under a certain amount, so it didn't matter. But, you know, now I make enough on YouTube that I do have to pay taxes on it. And obviously, well, at least I don't currently have taxes coming out automatically. So I have to make sure you set aside some money for taxes. And I know taxes are going to be a little bit different in England, but similar enough to make sure you take care of. The government's got to get its cut. That's how it works, apparently. Ah, you're too young for taxes. Well, lucky you. Lucky you. Well, okay. If it's how it works in America, you're not too young for taxes. It's just that your taxes go on somebody else's taxes. Like, my taxes used to go on my parents' taxes. And so, even though I was too young, when I first started working my first job, it went under them for a while. Because I was their dependent. But it might be different in other countries. I don't know. Yeah, your parents get the taxes, yeah. But, yeah. Speaking of taxes, my kids are probably getting jobs soon. They're getting to the age where they can start getting paying jobs. Although I know my kids, they won't. I can't even pay them to do chores around the house. There's no way they're getting a job at Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or anything. Ah, you had to enter your mom's info into Twitch. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, it's cool that you're able to do it at your age. That's awesome. Honestly, I'm glad your parents are, letting you do that. That's pretty cool. I wish there'd been something like Twitch or YouTube when I was a kid, because that would have been really, really fun. I played so many video games when I was a kid. Being able to spin that into some sort of income would have been amazing. Plus, doing Twitch and YouTube gets me out of my shell, right? It's like, it's a way to get, I was very isolated and very, what's the word? Goodness, I can't think, I can't think of the word all of a sudden. My brain just shut off. But, I didn't talk to people, right? I just stayed in my own little world. So if I was able to do Twitch or YouTube back then, it would have brought me out of my shell a bit more, and I would have talked a lot more, and it probably would have been good for me. Hey, thanks, SoConnex, for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, we are 1 minute over. I turned into a pumpkin 60 seconds ago. And yeah, I guess we need to call the stream here in a moment. Let me get you rolling on this side of the herbicide, and then we'll start closing it out. There's a lot of pressure on you to do well in... Okay. I misread what you were saying at first, but I get what you're saying now. Yeah. Without going into detail, I understand what you're saying. There's different family or cultural dynamics that could influence you in a certain way to make sure that you're successful, things like that. And I get that, so. Oh no, you got ads. Well, I try not to have too many ads. I just left it on the default for Twitch. So if it's too many, I apologize. Blame Twitch. I literally just said default. So I apologize if there's too many ads. Which means you can't hear me right now. Which is funny. I'm talking to somebody who can't hear me because they're watching ads. I should really have the little thing up that says I can skip ads, because I'm literally about to finish the stream. Probably shouldn't have ads 5 seconds before I'm finishing the stream. We'll get I might as well sit here for another minute or two, let the herbiciding finish. Were you actually getting it all? I hate that. I say this every time, but I hate that I can't see the weeds on the map there. There we go. That would be the best enhancement they can make of the next version. Is let me see the weeds on the minimap. I can see everything else on the minimap. Why not let me see the weeds? Well, I say everything else. I can see the fertilizing and the liming, at least. Well, welcome back. I waited for you to get back before I said goodbye, because I'm about to end the stream. I was like, I felt bad. I was like, oh, I should have had the thing up so I could skip the ads for you. But, oh well. I appreciate that you watched them for a moment. I will get my life figured out as far as Twitch is concerned, so I can make sure I can keep an eye on the ads and skip them at opportune times and things like that. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the stream. I'll let this guy finish. And then the next time we come back, I will be ready to fast forward and harvest. So, yeah, 1 minute ads before you end. That's so sad. I apologize. I just don't have the little thing up that lets me skip them. So I'll make sure I have that up next time. But, it was planned. Yeah. I had to squeeze a little bit more money out of you, Ghosty, before I ended the stream. But we'll go ahead and call it there. I appreciate everybody coming out. And next stream, like I said, is going to be Civilization 6 on Saturday. And then Football Manager on Monday. And next Farming Simulator is next Wednesday. But yeah, may God bless you all. Have a good day. And I hope you join me again next time.